What's up, YouTube and agents of the Division 2 Warlords of New York? I remain your favorite host, Mr. Aproko the Gamer, and today I bring you another build video from your favorite streamer. I don't want to waste too much time before getting into this video, so I'm gonna walk you guys through this build as quickly as possible because my previous video have been very long, so I'm trying to summarize it as much as I can. But at the same time, I also want you guys to understand how the entire build works, so I like taking my time to explain everything. So let's get into this. Leo. Before I get into this video, I'm gonna also give you one more tip. I know you all see the weapon behind me, and that's the capacitor. For some reason, this weapon is the new meta, but let's hold on for that before we proceed. Let's let's proceed into this. So we're using the specialization for the technician, and that's because you know what it is. We need that extra skill tier for the weapon because the weapon damage scales based on the number of skill tiers that you have on the build. So slotting these was an advantage for the build, plus all of the buffs that we get from the specialization of the technician. First is that we have 12% more damage to drones, skills, poses, and robotics. That's very good. And ammo kit also applies to a friendly poses within 10 meters. I think those poses means like your skills. No, it's all of those things that comes with the skills. So you get like you get like repair skills when you take an ammo kit. I don't really like running the technician, but for this build, the technician is the way to go for it for you to get that extra skill tier. And with the current event that's going on, the Hollywood, every time I use my jammer pause, it was creating a lot of explosion. So it was worth it. So then let's get into it. So the technician gives us the 40% increase in signature weapon, which is in every specialization. And then we get the EMP grenade, which applies disrupt to all electrical abilities within the affected area. This happens so like I sometimes certain NPCs get disrupted by this grenade for some reason. Maybe they have skills within them, or I don't know, but the jammer pause is quite handy when it comes to disrupting enemies and skills in dogs and all of those things that try to stop you. So mm, we also have this technician micro bizarre armor acquisition that whenever we eat the destroying hostile skill process, drones and robotics, add one adds one to the armor bar of your group, and then destroying hostile skills and drones adds three. So this is like the tier two of this very buff that you get from the specialization of the technician. And then we're able to unlock the artificer hive, which we didn't use on this build. But this comes in handy because sometimes when I run my shield builds, I always like to have this artificer hive equipped. And then when I drop it, it also um helps my team to boost their skills. You get plus 10% skill healing. So your skills are healing, your probably skill repairs and all of those things that come with making your skill efficient. But on this build, we're getting a lot of skill efficiency on this build from the mental backpack, but we're gonna get into that after the specialization. And party members within 5 meters of your deployed and undisrupted skills are immune to shock and disruption. Yo, this is very good for people who like to run the technician specialization. This will definitely come in handy when you probably deploy something like a restorer hive that will also heal your teammates and also give them like a shock disruption, immune to shock and disruption. That's very good for the specialization. And then where you're also able to unlock the Maxim 9. I don't have it on this build. And we get that 15% increase to side ham damage. We also get the 15% increase in assault rifle damage and 50% increase in shotgun damage for close encounters. And on this technician, you are able to unlock the link laser pointer, technician laser pointer. This pointer will pause your enemy. See, for people running the heartbreaker build, or you want to like you want to get the buff from the spotter chest piece. This is very good because you can just pause the enemy on the go without having to use the jam up the pause, the scanner pause. So I like using it. I have this very technician on my heartbreaker build. But that's it for the specialization. Like I said earlier, I don't want this video to get too long. We're already so let's get into this build. This build is very simple as it is. I think the only complication in this build is the knee pad. But once you get that knee pad, all of the other pieces are very easy to come by. So I call this build the role killer, the content diffuser, whatever name you want to call this build, you are able you're good to call this build. This build is definitely very simple to make, and it doesn't require a lot of like complicated pieces to get it working. So I don't want to waste much time, like I said from the very beginning. And if you want to see highlights of this build when I was playing solo and also playing with the team, you can check out my TikTok and also my Instagram, where I post highlights of my gameplays and highlights of when I'm using these very build videos that I make on YouTube. So let's get into the build. And we've already spoken about the specialization, but we didn't talk about the grenade launcher. I like this launcher because it can lock on enemies. It's very guided. It's also so all you need to do is stay in cover. Just stay whatever position, and it's like you hold it on your shoulders, just the way my character is holding it right now. You hold it on your shoulders, and it launches some kind of guided missiles to the enemies. I use it. It's good for PvP, most especially in the conflict when you are trying when enemies are camping and you just launch it into the area. Man, you can do damage to more than one enemies. I swear this signature weapon is very. It's one of the. I like the for me when it comes to preference. My best signature weapon is the K Jetstream flamethrower, but on this build we have the EO17 launcher, and this is very good. I like using it. I enjoyed using it on this build because there were times the Shang, you know how Shangers move slowly. You can easily unlock them and take their damage, their shield off from a distance with like two shots, and then when they get close, you are able to dish out damage close range. No, this weapon is good, and we have a base damage of 2.5 mil and 6 on the mag. So you have 6, but sometimes this weapon, I don't know if it's me, but sometimes I push my arrow to like twice by mistake. So it always launches like 2 at a go, but I would love to see how that can. I don't know if it's just me, it happens to a lot of people. That's it for the specialization. And the star of the show, the star of the show. Ever since the new update, we are able to roll damage to armor and damage to target of armor on this weapon. You can see mine hasn't been optimized, but it still does the damage that I need because I'm getting that 10% damage to armor plus the 9% I'm getting already from damage target out of cover. So this weapon is insanely crazy. I don't want to talk about the other pieces of the build because everything is as simple as it is. But let's talk about this weapon because I don't want this video to get too long. So I'm just gonna focus on the weapon and all of I'm gonna run through all of the pieces without spending much time. But this weapon is the capacitor. It's an assault rifle. This weapon was only used on skill builds before, but since the new update, um, there's people have found a way to play around it, and I got to understand. more about playing with this weapon from my partner P Double Daz. Shout out to P Double Daz, a great streamer and content creator on Twitch, and he also streams Division Two as well. We play together a lot, and he's a great gamer. He's a good guy. He's a very nice person to play with. So he gave me the update into this build, and I told him I was definitely gonna give him a shout out when I make this build video. Although this is not the version of the build that he suggested, but the weapon is his idea. So I'm still gonna. I promised I was gonna do that, and I'm keeping to my word by giving him a shout out on this video. So this is the capacitor. The weapon is just magnificent. So we get the assault rifle damage, we get damage to armor, and we also get damage to target out of cover. So this talent of the weapon is crazy, and this talent is the reason why we were able to slot in like 3 skill tiers on this build. I think we're sitting on 2, but we're supposed to be on 3 because we have 1 skill tier from the knee pad, we have another from the memento that's not showing, and we have 1 skill tier from the specialization. So I don't know, for some reason, yo, yeah, it's back. It's showing 4 on the radar, but the numbers up there is only 2. But you can see down on the in the middle under health, you can see we're on 4 skill tiers because of the card custom. This card custom has like an invisible skill slot, so every time you pop it, it's gonna buff the skill tier you have on the build. So that's why you see we have 4 skill tier on this build, which is everything we needed for this weapon. So the talent of the weapon is capacitance. Shooting enemies builds stacks to a cap of 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage, and after 5 seconds, stacks decay 1 per second. And then for each skill tier, you gain 7.5% of weapon damage. So that's why we were running the technician on this build, and we also got another skill tier from the memento, and we got another skill tier from the Murakami knee pad. So that's putting us at 3 skill tiers. But every time we pop this weapon is gonna give us another skill tier to the build. But I couldn't really remember to do that while I was playing a lot. But for now, let's say we have 3 skill tiers on this build, and believe me or not, this build was an absolute killer. I was playing this build on PvE. On PvP, I would go for the. I went for the ninja bike for PvP, which gave me an extra skill tier on the Brazos holster. So it kind of also worked and gave me ammo on kill. So I was sitting on ammo like 500k or 550k ammo on kill when I had it the ninja bike, and then my regen went up to like 60k. But right now we're using the memento for PvE, and bro, this was everything, man. You all know what the memento does. I don't have to waste time breaking it down, but for new players, we're still gonna have to do it. So enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provide both a short and long-term buff. The first which scales with a number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So you get plus 5% weapon damage, plus 10% bonus armor, and plus 5% skill efficiency. This was very good. Plus the 3 skill tiers we have on the build, the skills was doing a lot of decent damage. And for the long-term buff, we also get an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds. Maximum stacks of 30. Man, this is absolutely crazy. There were times where I would go into my the gameplay. In the gameplay highlight videos, I was able to show where my ammo regeneration was up to like 160k. Yo, that was plus we were getting so much ammo regen. We're getting ammo regen from the best stone, and then we slot in ammo regen on the attributes and crit hit chance plus the crit hit chance mod. And we also have ammo from we don't have ammo regen on the Memento backpack, but the talent from is crazy. And we also get ammo regen from the Palisade, and we get 10% ammo on kill from the Palisade chest piece, and then we have the talent Unbreakable. I like this chest piece. I like the talent of this. And then on the when we had the version of the Ninja bike, we were getting 60% health. Oh, that was like, man, I shall not die. Brother, will you die? I shall not die. And then we had total armor plus 5 from the Uzina Getty gloves with the crit damage and armor regen. So this was another added armor regen on the build. And we also have armor regen on the Picaro holster. And the Picaro holster gave us 10% skill haste. And we have that 15% extra weapon damage from the holster. This you all know the Picaro holster. It's not it's old news. And then we get the extra skill tier and the ammo regen from the Murakami Industries Emperor's Guard knee pad. And we had crit chance rolled in there. No, get it up. We also have the Git Uziner. We have the Palisade chest piece. We have the Bestone mask with the ammo region and the ammo region on the attributes. Plus, we is sitting on expertise 5 on this. So this this build is something I've already saved on my loadout that I'm gonna be using. So I'm definitely gonna get all of these expertise up to like 15. I think I'm already at expertise 15, or I'm getting to 15 in a couple of points. So this is a very simple build. I don't want to waste too much time getting into this build. And for the skill, we have the jammer pause because for some reason this event is just all about explosions. But every time you explode, every time you jam the leader of the pack, it creates an explosion. And then I also have my Stinger Hive, which was also handy in PvP and also PvE as well. It was also doing some kind of bleed effect and exploding on the leader of the pack, for the Hollywood event. I hope you all are having fun playing the event. I'm having fun because I run into the room, I jam the entire room, take the shield off, and start dishing out crazy damage with my weapon. So this build is the ammo region version of what I was playing with, but you all should try this build and let me know what you think. I hope I didn't miss out anything on the build. We have the specialization, which we talked about. We have the capacitor. We have the custom M817 MCS, which also comes with strain. This weapon doesn't have a lot of reload speed, or it's not very quick, but I love playing with this weapon because I don't really use my shotgun a lot, but once in a while in close combat, I like to pop my shotgun. And this weapon has a base damage of 1.2 mil, 75 RPMs, and 5 on the mag. The capacitor has 41 on the mag, plus 9% weapon damage on the expertise, so that gets the weapon up to 100k plus 6. So we're gonna put more expertise to get it to like 14%, so that's gonna add more total damage to the weapon and the build as well. You see, I already saved this build as a cap regen. I have the capacitor. This is the first version of the capacitor build that me and P Double worked on. We put together. It's very insane. It's very crazy with the Coyote's mask. But I made a version of it because I do most builds for solo players who want to dominate content and get through content every fucking day. So this is my ammo region build for the capacitor, and we're getting so much damage from the 3 skill tiers, damage target out of cover, damage to armor. I wanted to play this build where I would have regen on Walker Harris on the chest piece and the gloves, but I'm gonna make that video and bring it up to you guys. But for now, go have fun playing with this build. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I remain your favorite host, Mr. Pro Cody Gamer, and this build is a definitely must try. Bye for now, and remain for now. Man, I don't know what to say, man. Just everyone, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm going. I'm leaving now. Bye for now.